Hello and what's up, RBY Pokemon Challenges fam? We are back, and this is special. We are doing a legendary race between the greatest Caterpie that has ever existed and the worst possible Snorlax. Now, why the heck would we do this? This makes absolutely no sense. On the one hand, it's basically just Mewtwo versus God-Carp again, so out of ideas there, RBY, what's the problem? Well, I've actually wanted to do this video for quite a while for one specific reason. When we did Magikarp up against Mewtwo, both of those Pokemon have a lot of speed, meaning they could outspeed basically every opponent, and therefore they could use completely broken strategies and just wreck their opponents. And even in the case of Mewtwo, using terrible moves, it was at least moving first when it used things like Bide, when it used things like Psywave, when it used things like Rage. It got the chance to hit first, and that is a massive advantage in the world of Pokemon. What if we use Pokemon that don't have much speed? Starting with this Caterpie right here, 45 base speed, only 20 base special, only 30 base attack. Look at that, 175 in terms of total stats, and it's 150th. It's terrible, guys, terrible. But we are going to turn this Caterpie into an absolute Chad. It is time for the legend of Caterpie. We have a Caterpie who has spent exactly 3 days in the gym, so he's not going to have to tackle this string shot. No. We are going to give this Caterpie a God-Tier moveset. Because think about what a Giga Chad would be using every day in the gym. Well, of course, he's going to be able to get Harden on his rock hard abs. He's going to be able to meditate as he pumps that iron to give himself extra muscle. We know that he's going to have a higher attack stat. On top of that, he's been doing something with powders, guys. I don't know. You know, he's also said something about twin needles. I don't know. Just don't ask questions, okay? We're going to run this one twin needle spore, because spore is kind of, you know, something. Might be a supplement, I don't know. And then we've got the meditate and the harden. This is going to be an incredibly interesting run because we're only going to have one damage dealing move. I'm very interested to see how this Pokemon does. The idea, double badge boost glitch, sleep, and then just a same type move that will hopefully do enough damage to knock everything out. Now, in order to accurately assess just how good or bad this Caterpie is with its completely broken moveset, we actually need to compare it to the last time that we used a completely broken moveset on a weak Pokemon, which was the God-Carp run. Now, God-Carp beat the entire game of Pokemon Yellow on minimum battles with only 19 resets. That's the first attempt, no optimizations whatsoever, but it had a few additional advantages. Number one, higher speed, meaning that it could simply put its opponents to sleep with Spore first and then do all of its setup and knock them out. Secondly, it was running a much better typing, of course, with the water type Surf and also having access to Dream Eater. So two moves that covered basically everything in the game. This one we're going to try to go far more in just on Stab Bug with a physical set, and that might be a massive disadvantage. So comment down below whether you think this Caterpie will still be able to beat the game on minimum battles or not. And with that, let's go ahead and check out our Snorlax. We've kind of done this before. It is time for Snorlax, but not just any Snorlax. You guys know the drill. We already did the whole game of Pokemon Crystal with the legendary X-Lax, but now it's time to bring him into Generation 1. Now, of course, in Gen 2, he could get moves like Mud Slap. They all kind of made sense, but there's no Mud Slap in Gen 1, so we can't do that. Here's what we're going to do. We are going to give a Snorlax a moveset of Rage, Psywave, Lick, because we need a way to at least hit ghosts without it just being completely terrible. And for the last move, we are going to give Splash, just like I did with the X-Lax in Pokemon Crystal. And this is to guarantee that we have way too much PP to ever get to use Struggle. So by doing that, we should be able to see just how bad this Pokemon would be if we gave it such weak moves. And keep in mind that Rage is at least much worse in Gen 1 than it is in Gen 2. In Gen 2, that move would have been way too strong. We would have just crushed the entire game. But we're going to be comparing this one up to, number one, the Caterpie, but we're also going to compare this one up to Mewpoo. You guys remember Mewpoo Godcarp? Mewpoo beat the entire game with its terrible moveset at level 87, and that was with 20 base power moves and doing the Bide, Counter, Psywave, and what was the last move? Rage. Yeah, it was Rage. Yeah, we did Rage on Mewpoo. Yeah, so even with that terrible moveset, it beat the game at level 87. We're going to see if this Pokemon can get anywhere close to that. Snorlax is coming in, it's 22nd ranked in base stats with 430, it's just 10 too high to be very nice. And we've got 110 in attack, 160 in HP, but then special and defense are both 65, they're not great, and only 30 speed with a 5.86% critical hit chance. And it's in this low level up group, so it's just going to be terrible. And now that we've met both of our challengers, let's break down the rules for this challenge. We are going to be running both of these Pokemon on 0 DVs, or 0 IVs for those coming from later gens. This is in order to make sure that whatever results we find are representative of basically every random generation of these Pokemon. If we can beat the game on minimum battles with a 0 DVs Pokemon, then you can beat the game on minimum battles with any random variation. We will be running these Pokemon with only the movesets that we have spelled out in the intro, no changes, no TMs whatsoever as we progress through the game. Items in battle are completely banned, as are using other Pokemon in battle. We can feint other HM users if we need to, just in order to black out, but otherwise we will not use them at all in battle. Stat boosting vitamins like protein and carbos are completely prohibited in my runs as usual, but we will allow rare candies. Now we will be judging these runs in the end based on their final times, which one beats the game faster, but with some added stakes. In the case of Caterpie, it has to try to beat the game on minimum battles. Since that's what we did with Godcarp, we have to see if this completely broken moveset makes the minimum battles run possible. Xlax, on the other hand, is obviously going to need to take optional battles, but it's going to have to try to optimize those optional battles as much as it can to beat the game as quickly as possible, and ideally at a lower level than we had to get to with Mewpoo. So the real question is, can we beat the game faster with Caterpie without optional battles, or will we beat the game faster with Xlax with optional level grinding being permitted whenever we need it? Place your predictions in the comments below, and with that, let's get into this challenge. So here we go, we have made it into Professor Oak's lab. We're gonna get pushed out of the way by Sus Chad, our rival. But he doesn't know we have Giga Chad here. And Giga Chad, absolute legend. Let's go. So Caterpie is going to come out in this first fight. We are going to not know any moves. Okay, I'm going to meditate, and now I'm going to use Twin Needle. And we need one more hit. And we got the poison. Yes, yes. Oh, Rival 1 never had a shot, even though we didn't even know all of our moves, or we didn't have PP in all of our moves. You know, they do say that taking too many supplements can sometimes kind of mess with the PP, guys. You got to be careful. You got to know your limits, okay? That's all I'm saying. Xlax is starting at level 5 with 16 attack, 12 defense, 8 speed, 11 special. And we've got Rage, Lick, Psywave, and Splash. And we have to go ahead and fight Rival 1. Obviously, we're just going Rage here. You know, he's enraged, guys. Absolutely enraged. Yes. Oh, look at the Rage build as he just takes down the Rival in 4 hits. So he always wins that fight. That's the good news, but it's not that great. Now, pulling out to the side-by-side view, we can see that Caterpie is just a little bit ahead of Xlax at the start of the game. This is just a random variation that you get when you start these runs, but it is going to mean that Caterpie will reach the Brock fight first, where theoretically it should be able to win as long as it can land enough spores. Xlax, on the other hand, might not be able to win this fight on minimum battles and might have to start grinding right here. So here, first things first, we're going to put this Geodude to sleep as it misses its first attack. And oh yeah, we have to like put it to sleep every single turn. That's right, until it actually stays asleep. So we're like in a speed tie here. So we take our first reset right there, but let's try this again, because if we just get him to sleep and keep him asleep for lots and lots of turns, then we can just sit here and spam Spore while he just uses the full heals. Okay, now he's actually asleep. Now we can go for the hardens. Yes, get that super hard body. Okay, we'll put him back to sleep there and back to sleep again. Yeah, you ain't doing nothing here, buddy. Oops, I used too many hardens. We got too hard, guys. Oh, that's terrible. So here, now we just need not a critical hit, I think, and we're basically good to go. And we're just gonna give ourselves all the meditates. Twin Needle is like a 3-hitter with all the setup. And here, let's just put him to sleep while he bides, because he will not use a full heal while he is using Bide in Pokemon Yellow. So it's the cheat code, and there we go. We get through just like that. Look at Caterpie, the legend. One reset there, but still not too bad. So out comes the Geodude, and I think we're going to start by licking it. And let's just see. So Lick did 2 damage. So clearly Psywave at least has better damage output potential. But we are getting completely wrecked here, so we need some like really high rolls on Psywave, I think, to have any shot whatsoever. Let's try again. We're just gonna give this a couple tries before we go crazy on, you know, optional battles or something. Okay, we get a nice tackle miss, but that Psywave just didn't do any damage. Are you kidding me? There we got a decent Psywave, and we both miss our attacks and I die. Okay, so let's give this just like 2 more attempts, just so that we can say we fought the good fight, guys. We fought the good fight, and there we lose. So the fact of the matter is that with enough resets, we could get through this on minimum battles, but it's gonna be terrible. So I think we just start taking optional battles right here, guys, because Rage ain't gonna get us through there. I can already tell you that. And we also know that we're not going to get through that fight with the licks. So while Caterpie gets through the first gym very easily, Xlax is already going back to Viridian Forest to grind more levels. And this is particularly because I decided not to give it access to counter, the move that I used in order to beat Brock with Mewpoo, just because that move is a little bit too strong in that fight. The fact that we know we're going to be hit by normal type moves that do decent damage means that counter would just easily destroy these opponents. That being said, I didn't go back and restart because I don't think Xlax really needs counter. I think it's going to be able to get through Brock within just a few levels at least. Let's see what level it finally gets through. So here we're just going to Psywave again and Psywave again. But here at level 10, we do seem to be getting through the Geodude pretty reliably. So at least we're getting to the Onix. We get to a level 11 right there. We're going to Psywave him. Oh, yes. Yes. Yes, give me the good Psywave. Come on. Okay, he releases energy, but there we go. So at level 11, we get through. That took 10 minutes and 41 seconds to get through old Brocky boy. So it wasn't necessarily great, but, you know, we'll take it. The game thinks that we had 1 TM. It's because of our moves. Psywave obviously is a TM move. It could only be learned via TM. So obviously that's what the overlay thinks is a TM here. We have 6 optional battles. We have 7 resets. So not great. 10:41 is the first split. I'm going to be very interested to see how the times match up to Caterpie here. Well, as Xlax was struggling to get through the Brock fight, Caterpie was making its way all the way through Mount Moon and taking on that super nerd. We get access to the Dome Fossil, and that means it's just time to take on Jesse and James and move on in the game. So here, let's just save the game. Let's get into the Jesse and James fight. So for this one, I think we need to Spore here, but we're gonna get wrapped. Come on. Oh, and Poison Sting is scary, scary. So here, I don't think we are going to get through this one without some insane luck. We almost one hit there, and we just get wrecked. So yeah, second reset on Jesse and James. That's kind of bad. Okay, Wrap misses this time. That is a very nice first turn. He goes Leer. So nice. But we're going for all the defense boosts in this one first, right? We need to survive. Okay, Wrap misses. Nice. And we're just going hard on the attack boost here. If we can get +6, then I think we just one-hit everything. So this one's going down, obviously. Meowth, you can scratch all you want, buddy. Oh, we got it like a crit. But here, Coughing. Yes, get wrecked, Coughing. There we go. Finally, Caterpie. He gets through Jesse and James, but that was kind of bad. We're up to 5 resets, guys. Not necessarily great, because we just don't outspeed things. Otherwise, we can beat everything. We're not scared of anything. We're just slow. So it turns out that Jesse and James are not consistent for our Caterpie on minimum battles, but within a few attempts we did manage to get through and make our way into Misty's gym. At the same point, X-Lax is still struggling back on Route 3, so Caterpie could open up an even bigger advantage if it can just beat Misty. She X defense, so we're just gonna Spore again. We want all the attack boosts here. We did get the poison there, so if we can just get like an X attack or like a tackle, we're probably good. Got the nice miss turn 1, and then she X defense while she's asleep. But we're just gonna put that one to sleep there. And here, let's just even go for a couple hardens just because we can. Let's just get our attack up as high as we can, and we just get wrecked by the water gun. Oh man, water gun is kind of an issue. Okay, so in that case, let's go for a slightly different strategy. Let's go up here, let's try Rival 2. Keep in mind that his Spearow's only 1 in 4 to use Peck. So here, let's try this. We're going to get pecked. Turn 1. Oh, good job. Okay, it goes Growl, it goes Leer. I think the Growl and Leers are fine, but Peck will just take us down. So we need not Peck. We want like Growl and Leer as much as possible from that Spearow. We're gonna have to get a bunch of boosts in order to get through this Pokemon. Okay, Leer turn 1, that's very nice, because now we can start setting up the Hardens, and this way, if it does Peck us, it's gonna do a lot less damage. Okay, we get a Leer again, but we can just finish our Hardens. Goes Growl, that's perfectly fine, because we're just gonna set up the Meditates here. Fury Attack really isn't going to do that much now. Immediately wakes up and goes back to Fury Attack, which is terrible. Now I do want to go all in on my setup here. Goes Fury Attack again, but there we can put it to sleep. And now, of course, we're not going to do massive damage with our Twin Needle, but we do get through the first Pokemon. Nice. We level up. We're going to put Sandshrew to sleep. We're now just going to Twin Needle it twice to knock it out. Quick Attack doesn't do that much because we've got all the Hardens set up. So we knock out the Rattata. Eevee Sand attacks, but we land the Spore. We're going to Twin Needle it. It gets poisoned, and Twin Needle it, and there we go. We get through Rival number 2. So again, it's not super consistent. 10 resets up to this point. We're definitely not God-Carp tier, but we are making progress. So we just have to kind of take what we can get in this challenge. But while Caterpie did beat Rival 2, one thing that's becoming clear is that its low special stat is a major liability. Even just neutrally effective water moves completely destroyed this Pokemon and gave plenty of time for X-Lax to catch up and get through Mount Moon, where it's now ready to take on Jesse and James. We all know, guys. We know the Dome Fossil is the only fossil. Clearly. So now let's fight Jesse and James, where we can simply go Rage. We're going to show them that it's all the rage to use Rage. And here we are taking a lot of damage from this Wrap, which is not good. And we did not come on full health, but we are just getting wrapped to death. Now we do have massive attack thanks to the fact that we've been hit so many times by Wrap, so we just destroy everything after that. There we go. See, Rage is a great move when your opponent's using Wrap on you, because the second they miss, you're just going to do massive damage to them. You know, it's actually, I think, a completely accurate representation of how people feel when they face Wrap strats. They get super angry and then they're like, Rage. I'm using Rage. Here, I'm going to try to fight Rival 2. Let's just see how this goes. Keep in mind, Rage is a same type move, so it's effectively 30 base power in battle. And yeah, I just want to try. So we get Growled turn 1, which is not good, and we get Growled turn 2, and now we're getting Leered, so we are getting badge boosts. Now the Fury attack is building up our Rage, which is good, and we immediately get Sand attacked, and now we won't hit anything. Oh, we hit 1. Okay. But yeah, we're gonna reset there. Let's try again. Let's try again, because maybe if we can get the Fury attack relatively early and not get the growls. Oh, come on. Peck also is nice. Growl, not so nice. Come on, what is with this Spearow and growling? What is his obsession? But here he is giving us a bunch of attack boosts, so that's nice. Sand attack hits again. And hits again. Come on, come on. Can we hit any rages here? No. No, we cannot. See, that is the problem with the rage strat, is that once you run into a sand attack user, you kind of just get wrecked. And we should at least take on Misty. Let's just try her. Let's just see. Maybe rage strats will get us through eventually. Maybe we just need a lot of luck. Not really sure. Here, let's save the game. Let's go. Misty time. Oh, look at that. So here we are going to go Rage, and we need to build up our attack. So we really want her to use Tackle. That would be ideal, not Water Gun. Please don't use Water Gun on me. We get killed right there. I'm going to try this again. Again, we're going to give everything a couple attempts before we just go like, okay, it's impossible, and start grinding levels. Here we get the immediate setup, and then she uses the X defense still, but we knock out Staryu. We still got about half health, and Bubble Beam destroys us. Like, we need Tackle like crazy here to have any shot whatsoever. Just any shot whatsoever, I think, just has to be Tackle. Come on, tackle me. No, don't Water Gun me. Tackle me. Yes. Yes, there we go. Yes, we're getting the tackles now. Oh, we survived that Water Gun. She X defense. And then Water Gun kills us. Okay, I'm just going to keep the XP here. And there is one optional trainer inside of the gym. So let's fight this guy. So here we're just going to come in again. Level 18 is not looking consistent, that's for sure. And we're just going to sit here and spam Rage. But we had good health going into the Starmie this time. But 2 Bubble Beams changes that quickly, and 3 Bubble Beams ends it. I think if she had just gone like Tackle and Water Gun there, we would have won though on that attempt. Oh man. Come on, Staryu. Yes. Yes. We get through on green health. Yes, very nice. She X defense. We get a Water Gun that was a crit. We survive that Bubble Beam. She goes Harden. One more Harden. Oh, there we go. We finally get through Misty. 22 minutes in. Oh man. And let's just see. So we ended up with 12 resets there and 14 optional battles in order to get through Misty. But nice. So we've gotten through that section. We're going to heal up. We're going to save, and then we're going to fight the rival. We've got 2 badges at least, but we have no way to progress until we get through this rival fight. So rival 2. He's actually hard. Let's go Psywave here. We're going Psywave because we need a way to get through here and still be able to use moves, like still be able to choose moves, I should say, against the Sandshrew. Now I want to lick the Sandshrew because maybe we can paralyze it like that. Now we were hoping not to get that sand attack. Okay, and we do manage to get through right there. Now we're just going to have to spam the Psywave though and hope for some luck here, and we get killed. So we're just going to keep that XP and just keep grinding here because we know this isn't going to be a consistent fight no matter what we do. In fact, we probably should just go Rage. We're at a high enough level now. Plus, you know, yes, Fury attack, perfect. Rage should do decent damage. We're outspeeding the Sandshrew. So they're very nice. No sand attack that time. We get to knock that one out. Eevee tail whips. Nice. And we get to knock that one out. So we do get through here at level 20. Level 20 to beat rival number 2. And just as Xlax was knocking out Rival 2, we had finally made it to Bill's house with our Caterpie. Now, Caterpie is behind at this point. It hasn't beat Misty, but it also hasn't taken any optional battles. It's still on minimal battles here, and clearly both of these Pokemon are inferior to our previous Mewtwo versus Godcarp run. Mewtwo could beat everything until Rival 2 on minimal battles, and Godcarp easily dispatched Misty, but now let's see if Caterpie can at least close the gap. So here against Misty at this level, we're still slower, but we're not like getting legit one-shot here by the water gun, so we can put this one back to sleep. She X defends right there, which is perfect. That lets us just put her back to sleep there. And there we've gotten all the setup. So now we just need a couple hits to get through there. We get a tackle and it's a critical hit. We just needed a non-crit tackle there, I think, and I think we're fine. So let's try again, Misty. She X defense turn 1, so we get to put her to sleep right away. So we've gotten all the setup here. She misses a tackle too. That's nice. Don't bubble beam, please. Okay, we're gonna spore and put this one to sleep. Oh, the twin needle. She gets poisoned, and there we go. We take Misty down. 26 minutes. Basically just exactly 26 minutes. We have had 14 resets to this point, but hey, Caterpie, he is still legendary, however you look at this. And with Misty going down, Caterpie retakes the lead in this one as it's ready to go right on down to the SS Anne and Lieutenant Surge, whilst Xlax is still making its way up to Bill's house. But there we go, we've healed up, now let's take on Rival 3 again. We just want like, oh, well, he's only gonna use Peck, isn't he? He has Smart AI, so we need a long sleep on this one, and we did not get it. Like, even here, we're just not doing enough damage, really. So Rattata comes out and just destroys us. So here's what we need to have happen. We need him to Peck turn 1, no crit. We need to put him to sleep and have it be a nice long sleep. A nice long sleep. Stay asleep, buddy. So now he's not doing nearly as much damage because we've set up all of these hardens, and now we can meditate. And the whole idea is so that we take less damage when he does wake up. He's gonna wake up soon, so we're gonna just spore him. Okay, so now we've got all the setup off, and now we just need to land one more turn worth of hits. Nice. Hyper Fang misses, very nice. Sandshrew, get wrecked. He scratches, no problem. And Eevee tries to growl at us. Oh, look at that. So the third attempt, after we properly healed and then had one bad run, we get through, no problem. So just like that, it is time to progress in the game, and I think we gotta go take on Surgy Boy. I just don't see how Surgy Boy is gonna match up to this completely jacked Caterpie. But here he is. Either way, we're going to put this... Oh, we're gonna get mega kicked to death. The game plan is to put this Raichu to sleep, which he can just go growl, he can miss, he can do all kinds of things that are bad, but he's just one-shotting our Caterpie. He refuses to take this nonsense from a Caterpie, clearly. Okay, we survived the Mega Punch, but now we're on such low health that I think we just have to go all in on Meditate. So here I'm gonna Spore again because I just want to make sure that he goes to sleep. Now we've got all the attack boosts set up. Oh, and look at that. Yes, Caterpie. Yes. Oh, he's done it. He's done it, guys. 34 minutes to beat Lieutenant Surge. 23 resets so far. It's not a great set of splits yet again. And while Caterpie was able to beat Lieutenant Surge and Rival 3, these fights were clearly not particularly consistent. One thing that's becoming incredibly clear is the lack of the special stat on Caterpie is causing it to just get one shot anytime it runs into a special attacker. And its continued struggles have bought enough time that Xlax is now ready to fight Rival 3 itself, and if it can get through quickly, it might just catch up. Anyway, we've made it here. Let's fight against our rival. Rival number 3. So here, I'm going Rage. Rage. Oh, he Fury attacks. That's good. That gives us more Rage. And the Tackle gives us more Rage. We outspeed the Sandshrew and its Sand attacks. No. Oh, and we get a Growl. Oh, and we're dead. Oh, not quite. We hit one rage. Come on. No, we're dead. I thought we might get that. I thought we might have had it, but look at the Psywave do like 2 damage. Okay, that was a much better Psywave. And we almost knock it out. Any potions? Okay, but we get through right there. We get a Hyper Fang there, and a Hyper Fang again, and a Hyper Fang again, and a quick attack. I mean, do I think we're going to get through with Psywave strats? Not consistently. So I'm going to come over here. I'm at least going to fight this old man. And if we get to level 25 in any way, shape, or form, we can just get another damage rounding threshold. I think that's a good way to go. There, we do get through that. Let's just see. Oh, we get a scratch this time. Yes, we're to Eevee without any accuracy drops. He is growling at us, but we do win. Look at that. Oh, we get through level 25, getting to level 26 right there. So here we are going to just say what's up to Captain. Get me off this boat. We're going to go fight against Lieutenant Surge because we can. Let's save this one. Let's go ahead and get into the Lieutenant Surge fight. We're just going to wreck this guy. We're just going to destroy him. I'm sure of it. He X speeds. We use rage. He growls. We keep using rage. He's growling a lot. And the Mega Kick did massive damage. Look at that. Oh my god. Okay, so here's what I think we do. I think we lick him to paralyze him. And Thunderbolt is doing massive damage here. Oh my goodness. My goodness. Look how bad this is. Okay, he misses the Mega Kick. He growls. He growls again. We got a critical hit there. Now we paralyzed him. Now he X speeds though. So he's gonna outspeed because of the X speed, and we lose. Oh man, Lieutenant Surge is looking like a legit wall here. So even paralysis strats really just couldn't get us through that Raichu consistently, at least. And while you could just reset for the luck in order to get it, I don't think it's worth it to do so in the case of X-Lax. With Caterpie, of course, sleep can last up to 7 turns, which means that it's possible to just get a good sleep and then knock out the opponent by using the fact that they can't move. But since paralysis is so much worse, especially because the next speed will just negate the paralysis and allow him to outspeed us again, I decided to give up on that fight for now and make my way through the rock tunnel, hopefully getting some extra levels and allowing us to beat Lieutenant Surge much easier later on. But this has given Caterpie enough time to get through Rock Tunnel, and it's on to Rival 4. Let's fight this rival. Now you might think this is crazy because he's got a Fearow, right? But he has Smart AI, and Smart AI tells him to only use Mirror Move against us. So what we're going to do is Spore him turn 1, and now we're just going to start meditating. Like absolute crazy. He's just going to use a Meditate here, and we're going to Spore him again. And now just go for the Twin Needles. Oh, it's not doing a lot of damage. But as long as he stays asleep, yes, there we go. Magnemite comes out. It gets 2 hit. It gets poisoned. We poisoned a magnet, guys. Here, let's Spore here. Just because this one, Shelter is rather defensive. Okay. We can Spore here on Sandshrew, where we're just going to destroy it now with the Twin Needles. And Eevee, get Spored. Now get Twin Needled. There we go. Look at the easy victory. The easy victory. And it's time to just go see waifu number 2. See how she's doing. See if she likes bugs. You know, I'm pretty sure that she's scared of bugs, guys. Let's go ahead and save. Let's move 1 tile, save again. Let's take on Erica. So here, we're going to try this strategy. First things first, Constrict can drop our speed. It's not really a big deal. We're going to start by boosting our attack up. This one's not going to use any grass type moves, just like Bind and Constrict. Yes, get hard. Okay, wakes up, but we'll just put it back to sleep. We just want all the hardens on. And now let's go into the Twin Needle. And yes, now we should just spam Twin Needle. Like, Acid does decent damage there, but oh man, even with +6 defense, we just could not get enough right there. Okay, This Gloom has 35 speed. How much speed did we have coming in? We had 35 speed. Okay, that makes me feel like we would be in a speed tie against the Gloom without a speed drop. So we should probably just go gain some more levels by just beating up on some rocket boys. And then we can come back. So while I thought that Caterpie would just be able to go in and completely destroy Erica's gym with 4 times super effectiveness against both the Weeping Bell and the Gloom, the fact that it's weak to poison is actually a kind of big deal. The ideal route is definitely to go to the Rocket Game Corner first, though the real issue is just speed. Not being able to outspeed against the Weeping Bell and the Gloom. If we could do so, we would just have an easy victory here. Unfortunately, our lack of speed means that Xlax has caught up, getting all the way through the rock tunnel and now ready to go take its rematch against Lieutenant Surge, where now I think it might just destroy that Raichu. We're at a slightly higher level, I'm not sure. So here, attempt number 2, we're gonna go Rage. He misses the Growl turn 1, that was good. He Growls turn 2, he Mega Punches, he Thunderbolts, but we survive, and there we go. We do get through Lieutenant Surge now at level 28, and it's not perfect. 49 minutes to beat 3 gyms. So yeah, Xlax, he's living up to his name. But here we've got 27 resets, 22 optional battles. That was a 27.5 minute split to beat Lieutenant Surge. Pretty bad. And just as Xlax was mopping up with Lieutenant Surge, we can see that Caterpie was beating Jesse and James in the Rocket Game Corner, which means that we may now have a chance to take on a real challenge, and that of course is Giovanni. So here we get a rock throw, which is bad. We want to meditate here. Obviously, rock throw doesn't have great accuracy, so that was kind of bad luck to get hit turn 1. But there we go, we get through. Now we can spore right here. We'll just set up more meditates here because we just want to be able to get better ranges. And there we can knock that one out. Persian didn't have to go Payday, can just go like Growl. So that's what we were kind of hoping for. Let's see if we can get a rock throw miss, or at least not a crit. So here we're just going to go all in on attack to knock out this Onyx. Very nice. Now on the Rhyhorn is where we can start doing other stuff. We're going to set up all the hardens here for the final Persian. That is the idea. I know Persian has a high critical hit rate, so you know it could just crit through all the hardens, but we're going to set them up in case it doesn't get the crit, because nothing's like better than 50% to crit. Nice. We can get all our setup there. We got a critical hit there, I think. And here we're just trying to Twin Needle this one down. Cool. We level up. Oh, we have no spores left, but fortunately Payday's not going to do that much. Screech, there we go. So we get through Giovanni that time, no problem. We've taken 30 resets, but we're making progress. We're still making progress. I mean, we've only taken a couple resets since we've gotten through the rock tunnel basically. So let's go back and try to fight against Erica, just because again, she should be one of our easier gym leaders. We should be able to just wreck this one at this point, I think. I don't know, we've only got 38 speed. We're only slightly faster than the Gloom. We get Bind turn 1. Come on. Then Constrict and the speed drop, so we don't even get outspeed here. Terrible. So here we're going to Harden like crazy. Okay, so there we've set up all the Hardens. Now we're going to Twin Needle here, do very good damage, so that one will go down. Now Weeping Bell drops acid, but we easily one-shot it. We level up, Gloom drops acid, but there we go. So we do get through at this point with Caterpie. Still on minimum battles, 30 resets, but hey, nothing was impossible. Let's just keep that in mind. You know, 30 resets is kind of meh. Obviously, if you just gained a couple levels in a lot of spots, you would get through very easily. And there we go, 53 minutes, 32 seconds, just short of 33 seconds to get through. So Caterpie beats Giovanni and Erica, but Xlax has not been wasting time here. It has made its way through the rock tunnel and is ready to fight against Rival 4. Let's see how that fight goes and if it can keep this one competitive. Pop over to Lavender real quick, because we should just get extra levels where we can. Let's try Rival number 4. So I think this is a clear rage spot. Like, the Fearo's not super scary. The fact that it's using Fury Attack is very nice here, because that's just going to build up our stats. We get Sonic Boomed, but we just one-shot the Magnemite. We are going to two-shot the Shelter. Here we one-shot Sandshrew, Eevee quick attacks, and gets one-shot. Perfect. Perfect, I say. Time for Erica. Let's go. So here, we're going to Rage as she just binds us turn 1. Okay, she uses Constrict turn 2, Vine Whip turn 3. We like the Constrict, we like the Bind, because those are just building massive amounts of attack boosts for us. We don't really like Mega Drain, but we level up right there, we get Razor Leafed, and we die. Let's try this again. Now the Bind comes in, and a nice long Bind too. So we get lots and lots of boosts to our defense and to our attack. But that's a 2-hitter on Weepin' Bell anyway. So yeah, we're just going to leave here. Not worth it. Not working. Okay, so here let's go ahead and go to the Rocket Hideout instead, since clearly that is the strategy. So we're finding yet again that due to the fact that X-Lax has relatively low special, it also struggles to get through the Erica fight and has to go through the Rocket Game Corner first in order to get some extra levels. This is buying time for Caterpie to get a massive lead, making its way down to Koga's gym. And Koga's badge could be the single most important one for both of these Pokemon, because it gives the badge boost in speed. The game incorrectly says that it's the Thunder badge, but it's actually the Soul badge that boosts speed. And once we get that speed boost, we might just get a massive advantage with whichever challenger can do it first. That's because the badge boost glitch exists in Gen 1, which means when we raise our attack, either by getting hit by an opponent while we're using Rage, or by using Meditate, or a move like Harden to boost our defense, the game is actually going to increase our speed as long as we have Koga's badge. And that could be the difference between some incredibly inconsistent fights and getting to the point that we can completely crush all of our opponents. That being said, we also know this is the part of the game where there's a massive difficulty increase. Particularly in Pokemon Yellow, there's not a smooth level curve. Everything after you beat Erica is basically level 50 and higher for all of the gym leaders. And given that both of our Pokemon have levels currently in the low 30s, this might just be where they start to struggle a lot. So let's see if Caterpie even has a chance against Koga and Rival 5, and then we'll check back in on how X-Lax is doing. So he's just going to want to use Toxic until he actually gets us poisoned. And yeah, this one has 51 speed. So let's see how much damage we do. Oh, currently like nothing, right? So there he finally X attacks. We've set up 3 attack boosts, and this is like a 2-hitter at that point. I'm pretty sure if we get all 6 attack boosts, we might be able to just one-shot here. But I don't know, this might be a spot to go for rare candies. So Caterpie's struggles on Koga might just give X-Lax a chance to catch up. As it was in Koga's gym, we were making our way to Giovanni with X-Lax, and if it can beat Giovanni, get through Erica, and get down to this gym, it might just have a chance to take the lead. Here we are going to heal, we're going to save the game, and let's try Giovanni now. I think the first strategy is to go for Rage. He guard specs turn 1. Oh, he's using Rage. Oh, this is a Rage battle. Oh, which one of us rage quits first? Oh man, we're building each other's rage, but we easily beat the Onix, and we've still got the rage here on Rhyhorn, so it's like a 3-hit KO now. Persian comes out and goes for Payday, and it's just going to be a 2-hitter. So the rage strat worked perfectly. The epic rage battle between Onix and Snorlax. You know that Snorlax has that every time. Now we've got to beat Koga, or we can go to Silphco, or we can fight Erica again. Those are the fights that are currently available without us taking optional battles. And like I said, we're trying to avoid the optional battles as much as possible, but let's just see. So we're going to try Koga for the first time. He may know nothing about X-Lax. But here he goes Toxic, so clearly he does, because Toxic is just a death sentence to this Pokemon. You know, we wanted the like tackle at the beginning of the fight. Let's try this again, because he's only 1 in 4 to use Toxic there. We get confused right there though, and then we just get wrecked. So I'm not sure that Koga is even possible at this point, because like you could argue for like trying to lick and paralyze these ones, but even still, like we need the rage to really build up, and we get the Toxic miss there. Now we get put to sleep, but tackle's gonna increase our rage. We're currently +4, but we're just not doing nearly enough damage, I don't think, to get through this. Yeah, we just get double edged down. Let's just see one time if we can fight Erica at this level. We're going to not accept her flower power and get really angry at her for even suggesting that we should entertain such an idea. Okay, we're getting a lot of rage here. We got paralyzed and then fully paralyzed, but rage does one-shot, and Petal Dance is just going to kill us because we were paralyzed. We couldn't outspeed. So here we're just using rage over and over again, of course. We've got nice high attack stat here. She misses Razor Leaf, but then she hits Razor Leaf. We did not one-shot, but we do two-shot. She misses Stun Spore. There she hits Stun Spore. There we go, finally! An hour and 12 minutes to beat Erica with X-Lax. She's like, there's nothing pretty about X-Lax, I don't like him. So with X-Lax beating both Giovanni and Erica, it's technically now tied up with our Caterpie. They're both struggling to get through this Koga fight, and whichever one can get through this fight first will have a clear advantage going forward. They could also attempt Rival 5 if they're really struggling here, so it's just a matter of which one makes progress first. Okay, there he misses the first Toxic. Yes! Now we're going to meditate like crazy. Okay, he finally wakes up. Now he's going to set up Toxic, but we can set up one last meditate here and then go into the Twin Needle. And it's not quite a one-hitter here on the first Venonat. Second Venonat goes Psychic, and there's just nothing for us to do there once we're already poisoned. Oh, he misses Toxic again. Are you kidding me? Yes! Oh, that means that he's not going to be able to do anything other than Toxic with this second Venonat. He X attacks here. That's perfect. So now we get to just destroy that one. Third one comes out. It misses Toxic. Are you kidding me? Oh, are you kidding me? We're getting all the way to Venomoth without Toxic. Now Venomoth will land Toxic, but we land Spore. And here, we just need one more turn. And there we go. We have beaten Koga. It took 47 resets in the end, but we did beat Koga on minimum battles with Caterpie. Or Caterpie, sorry. He's not Caterpie. Caterpie is still upcoming, guys. I'm sorry. But we have defeated Koga. We have gotten that soul badge. And now that gives us the badge boost glitch in speed. And that should make all the difference, because here now, you know, we've got 47 resets that took over an hour to get through Koga. But now is where I just think this run is going to get so much better than it's been up to this point. And now we can go back. I think it's time for revenge against the rival, because if he doesn't poison us with Poison Sting, now we can set up badge boosts until we outspeed. We can see over there on the left side, we're very close to a level up, but that is actually fine because we have 2 moves to use the badge boost glitch. So we can just set up more badge boosts on Cloyster. I think this is going to be fine. Let's just find out. So here, rival number 5. So first things first, Sand Slash goes Poison Sting, critical hit even. But now we're going to set up Meditate first. And now we are going to become faster than Sand Slash. Yes, and once we're faster, we have a very good setup. Now we got a critical hit there. That's not what we wanted. But obviously he's very defensive. He's very bulky. But Twin Needle does get the job done. Now we've leveled up, so we get confused here by Cloyster. But now we're going to start spamming Hardened, because this allows us to once again set up the badge boost glitch in order to get more speed. And we're actually also getting more attack because it badge boosts on top of our attack boosts that are already there. We can spore right here. We'll just spore again. And the question is, will we level up after these two Pokemon? We leveled up right here, going into Kadabra. So now we're going to set up more Hardens here for more badge boosts, not for the Kadabra. We're trying to outspeed the final Flareon. So we get here and we're in a speed tie, but we put it to sleep. Now the Twin Needle, we just need to hit the Twin Needles enough times that even with a Flareon, oh, he's just taking enough damage, and there we go. Yes, Caterpie. Oh, he got the boosts, guys. He got the boosts. He got the right kind of supplements. And now he is faster, stronger, more powerful than you could ever imagine. Yes. We're up to level 39 on minimum battles with Caterpie. And, you know, it's, again, not perfectly consistent, but it's becoming more consistent. Now that we've got the badge boost and speed, speed is just so insanely important in Pokemon solo runs, especially Gen 1. If it was like the game says that Lieutenant Surge's badge boosted speed in Gen 1, so many Pokemon would be so much more dominant because they get badge boosting moves, and once you can badge boost your speed, you're actually pretty much golden in a lot of fights. But here we go. This is a fight where we won't be perfectly consistent. We need the Abra to miss with a flash, or we need for her to use an X defense turn 1. Let's see. Here we get the X defense turn 1. Very nice. I'm going to start with the Meditates, and I'm going to set up the Hardens on top of the Meditates. That will give us badge boost glitch on top of our already boosted attack stat. So here we're faster now than Abra, and we're going to use the Hardens to become faster than everything. Literally everything. And to become super powerful. Look at this. Oh, look at this. We have 209 speed. We have, what is that? 325 attack. We've only got 28 special. But we one-shot there. We are going to one-shot there. And now Alakazam get one-shot. Caterpie. Oh, you legend. Look at the double badge boost glitch in action. Completely broken. Completely broken. We've dominated up to this point. Now's where it actually gets hard, because next we have to fight Blaine. We have no choice. We're just going to have to see, but 48 resets so far. Hour 15 to beat Sabrina. Not too bad. Not too bad at all, considering how weak of a Pokemon this is. This is just stupid. So Caterpie beating Koga made a massive impact on this run, because now the badge boost glitch does allow us to outspeed opponents, and at this point we're gaining such a time advantage that we have completed the Sabrina fight before Snorlax has even managed to get through Koga. It's stuck taking tons of optional battles, just trying to get enough levels to get through that fight. At its current level, X-Lax just isn't strong enough to get through the Koga fight, and it's not able to get through Rival 5 due to accuracy drops and the fact that he has lots of special attacks. But Blaine could be the single hardest trainer in this entire run up to this point for Caterpie, and that could buy just a little bit of time to maybe return this to something that seems kind of competitive. So here we go. Confuse Ray turn 1 is good because that means that we can start setting up. And I think we want to go Harden first because he does use a lot of physical attacks. And we just want to make sure that if he does hit us with something like Quick Attack that we can, you know, survive. Okay, we get a Tail Whip there, which is also a badge boost. And we need a ton of badge boosts here to outspeed against this Ninetales. You know, we need to be well over 100 some odd speed. Now we should outspeed everything at this point. So now's where I'm going to start setting up my Meditates so that we can hopefully deal a lot more damage. And we should just be able to spore and meditate at this point. So at this point, like, we're not going to be super strong here. We're not going to do a lot of damage, but we've got 32 PP. And we just need to keep him asleep, basically. And keep in mind, he can use super potions. So that is the kind of disadvantage that we have, but he doesn't super potion here. Very nice. We are going to not level up, so we can just go for Spore on the Rapidash. We're going to keep it asleep. Come on, stay asleep. Here we can Spore. Or sorry, we can Twin Needle. Rapidash isn't quite as bulky, so we're getting through this one, I think. Nice. On to the Arcanine. Oh, and we leveled up right there. And he gets a critical hit takedown to knock us out. If he doesn't crit, we definitely survive there. So that was just bad luck. So we do need to drop one rare candy here, with the logic being to avoid the level up just before the Arcanine. So here we're going to save the game at level 41. This should be possible now. Here we're just going to Spore and go into Meditate, just because we want to be able to deal more damage. More damage. That's all this is about. So he quick attacks again. That's perfectly fine with us. Okay, and now we're going to go into the Harden spam. And now we can just Spore to put him back to sleep. Yes. And now Twin Needle. Oh, we get the crit. Don't crit, please. No crits. We want 0 crits in this whole fight. But there we knock him out. Cool. We're going to Spore right here. Now we can Twin Needle. And let's Twin Needle again. And let's Twin Needle again. So very nice. Arcanine gets Spored. Yes. He can't set up Reflect. He can't do any of that nonsense. So even with a resisted move in Twin Needle, looks like we're getting through this one. Yes. Level 42 comes in. And Caterpie, he continues. 53 resets, but I don't even care about that. An hour 25:11 to get to this point. It's again not going to be a fast run, but it is going to be a hilarious run. Oh my goodness. Setup. So there we go. We get through just fine. Get to level 43 right there, and we're just like exactly. Look how perfectly this works out, where we've literally just leveled up. I'm actually going to go out and heal up just to make sure that I have all the PP that I need, because I don't want to have any PP problems while we're up against Giovanni. This would be tough. Tough with the PP problems, I'm just saying. But the basic strategy, I think, is to set up not only the defensive badge boost, but also the attack badge boost as early as possible. So we're going to start by probably going for the Meditates to outspeed the first 2 Pokemon, and then set up the Hardens after that. Let's see if that works. So first things first, we are going to Spore right here as he misses a Sand Attack. And oops, I meant to go Meditate first. And we need at least 103 speed to outspeed here. So here I'm just going to do that. Very good. Now we can Spore here, set up the rest of our Hardens. This is not ideal because we took a few hits, but we will just keep these Pokemon asleep. And there we go. Now we'll just Spore right there, and let's go into the Twin Needle. That's an easy one-hitter. We can Spore on the Persian, against whom it's going to be like a 2-hit KO there. Okay, but it looks like we're probably going to level up right when we get to the Rhydon. That's a little rough. Here, let's just Spore right here. Okay, and yes, we level up just as we get to Rhydon. And we are faster, so we're going to Spore here and just Twin Needle. And yes, he's got amazing defense. Yes, we no longer have the badge boost. But yeah, this looks like it's going to work. We get through on the first attempt against Giovanni, an hour 30. An hour 30:06. That's really not too bad. Only 53 resets. We haven't had a ton of resets since we've finally gotten through the Koga fight. And yeah, we're starting to cruise. We're starting to make some progress. You know, no longer having like these crazy long splits like we had back at Misty. So very nice. So now we just have to see, can we beat Rival 6? Can we beat the Elite Four? Can we beat the champion? And can we beat Mewtwo? That is always the final question. Can we beat Mewtwo? Because if we beat Mewtwo with this one, we can say that Caterpie has truly become the strongest in Gen 1. Now let's cycle right over here to fight against our rival. We're going to level up somewhere in this fight, so I think we just try to get to outspeed the Sandslash and probably just set up the Meditates at the start, I think is the way to go. So he's got 73 speed, we've got 60 speed. So he's going to Poison Sting us right there. We should only need like 2 Meditates to outspeed here. Let's just see how much damage we're doing here. Not very much. I'm just going to set up more Meditates just so that we deal more damage in this fight. So here, let's do that. Let's just go all in on the Meditates, and we'll keep the Hardens for later on, where we'll likely need them later on. So there we go. We get through that one. Out comes Execute. So here I think we Spore, because we're already outspeeding. And let's just set up a few badge boosts here. I don't think we need to do them all. And now let's just Twin Needle, knock that one out. Spore right here on Cloyster. We'll just go Twin Needle here as well. And, you know, without crits, this looks like maybe a 3-hitter. We got a crit there. Magneton can just be Spored, and once again, it's looking like a 2-hitter here without a crit. Kadabra goes Recover, but we destroy it. But now we've leveled up right on the Flareon. It can either go Smog, Flamethrower, or Fire Spin. We really want Smog. We did not get Smog. That was kind of bad. Yeah. So let's just try this with a couple more rare candies. Let's just get to level 50 here. Let's just see, because obviously each additional level adds more XP that we need for the next level. It's just a question of, can we ever reach the point where we don't level up? And that one gives just too much. So in theory, we need like one more level, I think, to reach the point where we won't level up. But here we are poisoned, but it does look like we can get through right here. Yes, there we go. We avoided one more level up. So how many rare candies do we have? We have 3 in the bag, plus we have the one that's coming up or in the Victory Road. So we can get 4 rare candies going into the league. And basically we're going to want to save, I think, at least one of those rare candies for Lance and one of them for the champion. So we can use 2 before that. So even though it wasn't very consistent, Caterpie has managed to beat Blaine, Giovanni, and Rival 6 and is on its way to the Pokemon League. While all this has been happening, Xlax has still been unable to beat Koga. It's still grinding additional levels, trying to make this fight work. It is getting much closer at this point, but it's a question whether or not it can even beat this fight before we manage to get to the league with our Caterpie. We have made it to the Indigo Plateau. We've already completed the power plant, so we're going to deposit all of our HM Pokemon. We're only going to keep Caterpie. He's the only one who needs to go into the league. The other Pokemon are not worthy. So here we're just going to grab some full restores, save the game, and it is time. Against Lorelei, round 1, we get a Roar Beam and it one-shots us. We have such low special. Look at this. We have 41 special coming in here. Are you kidding me? And Takedown did decent damage too, but we do survive. Cool. So I'm going to set up the Meditates first. And we're kind of hoping that it like goes to sleep on its own, but here we can outspeed now. So now this should just be a guaranteed KO fest here, I think, because we should be basically faster than everything. Okay, Cloyster comes out. We're going to knock this Pokemon out without too much difficulty because we're just going to keep it asleep. We get to knock that one out. Out comes Slowbro. The problem is we're about to level up on Jinx. And Jinx is kind of scary here with its 120 base speed. So this is a spot for a rare candy. Just because if we can avoid the level up there, I think we're much better off. Okay, we get bubble beamed and we die. We cannot resist special moves at all. We need the physical moves. Or takedown. Come on, takedown. Oh, it goes rest. There you go. Yes, you wanted to rest. So 3 meditates is enough to outspeed against the dugong here. We're going to just spore it again. Spore it again. There we go. So now into the attacks. We don't like the crit there. But let's just keep this one going. She could super potion. It wouldn't really matter. We'll spore right there. Nice. We're just going to slowly whittle down this cloister. So very good. That one is down. Slowbro gets put to sleep. Gets twin needled. This is very nice. Jinx comes out, spore into twin needle. We just destroy it, and we don't level up before Lapras, so we get to put this one to sleep. And here we're just going to spam the twin needles, spore it again when it wakes up, and just like that, 1 level was all we needed so that Caterpie could beat Lorelei. Very good. So now we're going to go into the Bruno fight. Obviously, he doesn't have smart AI. He doesn't know what he's doing ever, but, you know, specifically here. So let's just take him down with Caterpie. So here he's got 87 speed here. We're going to put him to sleep. He missed the first rock slide. Very nice. So here we're just going to set up the meditates first so that we can just outspeed. And just because we want all the attack boosts that we can get so that we can deal at least decent damage here, we're going to put this one back to sleep. He can like X defend and whatnot, which is pretty bad for us. So we will knock that one out though. Hitmonchan comes out. It's just going to be put to sleep. Very good. Here we can twin needle. We can twin needle some more. We can just keep spamming twin needle, even though it does like no damage after his X defense. And here we'll knock it out. Very good. So next we've got Hitmonlee, and he X defends immediately. He can use, I believe, 2 X defense per Pokemon. Okay, he double teams there, but we're just going to knock him out the next turn, so that's fine. Spore right here on the Onix. We really do not want him to be able to do anything to us. Please just don't be able to do anything to me. We're running low on PP though, is the problem. Okay. So we do not level up before Machamp. So I'm actually going to put Machamp to sleep. Before he uses an X defend, I'm just going to attack him. But now that he X defended, I'm going to start using Harden here. Because Harden will allow me to boost my attack further. And if we lose this fight, or if we run out of PP on this fight, then the strategy we know for next time is just literally to set up everything at the beginning. So here we're just going to spore, just keep him asleep. Yeah, it looks like we're just not going to deal enough damage to get through this from the looks of things. But I don't know, maybe we've just got the range. Yes, we just get the range. There we go. Level 54 comes in as we beat Bruno. Oh, you deserve that, Bruno. So here, let's full restore. Let's also drop a max elixir here because we're running low on PP. Let's save the game and let's take on Agatha. So here, first things first, she goes substitute. You can still put them to sleep behind a substitute in Gen 1. So we just now have to spam the hardens, or sorry, spam the meditates, and now we can just put her back to sleep. She'll withdraw that Pokemon, but we'll just put this Golbat to sleep as well. And now just go for the Twin Needles. And here we can Twin Needle immediately on Gengar since it's already asleep. And she's just super potioning here, but we knock it out. Cool. And we get through Golbat. Very nice. We're going to Spore right here. Let's Twin Needle right here on this Haunter. Very nice. We get through. We'll Spore right here on Arbok and knock that one out. We're going to level up right here on the final Gengar and get put to sleep. And then Psychic will destroy us because we just do not have any special. Oh, man. There's possibly a strat here, though. Let's just see. So here I'm going to meditate here again. We're just going to go all in on the meditates. No problem here. So there we have the 6 meditates set up. We're just going to break her substitute and she super potions, but I think we just knock her out. Very nice. We're going to Spore right here. We're going to Twin Needle. Okay, let's Spore right here. We'll just Twin Needle again. Look at her just swap and let us, you know, put her Pokemon to sleep. Now here on Arbok, I'm going to Spore, but I'm now going to just spam Meditate over and over. The logic here is that she has some just fixed percentage chance to swap Pokemon on any given turn. And we should be able to take advantage of that eventually she'll just swap in her final Gengar, and right now we'll outspeed the Gengar. There's the final Gengar, so now we can Spore it, we can Twin Needle it, and how about another Twin Needle? Very good. So we level up right there, so we're slower right now, but we're just going to spam Harden because this one's just going to use physical moves against us until we outspeed. And now we can just Twin Needle it down. There we go. Yes. So the strategy against Agatha is just to use her tendency to swap against her. And it actually is a pretty decent strategy there. Here, I'm just going to spam 2 elixirs. We'll go ahead and heal up. Let's save the game. And now it's arguably the toughest trainer that we've taken on so far. We've got to take on Lance. So here, let's try Lance attempt number 1. We get Leer, which is perfectly fine. Now we're going to go all in on the meditates because we want to get all the attack that we can because these Pokemon all resist our moves. And now the question is, how many do we need? We just needed 1 more badge boost. We do not want him to Hyper Potion, so good. Nice, he didn't. We're going to put this one to sleep. Go for the Twin Needles here. These are just 2 hitters on these Dragonairs. Okay. But here I think we might level up. Oh, we just barely don't level up before the Aerodactyl. That is clutch. So here we're going to just sit here and spam the Twin Needle. The problem is he's going to go Fire Blast with the final Dragonite. So we need a Fire Blast miss in order to get through this. And that is only, what, like a 15% chance? So I think we try a rare candy here. Because if we already weren't leveling up before that Aerodactyl, we might be able to get through Aerodactyl now and not level up on the final Dragonite. Here we get another Dragon Rage, which is also just fine. We just need to get the badge boosts so that we outspeed here. Oh, and I wasn't paying attention. So there, we'll put that one back to sleep, put it back to sleep. We're now outspeeding. So we should theoretically just be able to set everything up here. And I'm gonna just go hard on all of the setup so that we get the badge boosts on top of badge boosts, with the goal being to never level up in this fight. Let's see. Because now we can see that obviously Twin Needle is going to do a lot more damage in this spot because we've got badge boosts on badge boosts. We still need to put things to sleep because I don't think the ranges are going to work out. Here, at least against the Dragonairs, it does. But we're faster than the Aerodactyls, so now we get a Twin Needle this one down. We're going to just put it back to sleep here because I'm not sure if we'll get the 2-hit range. We did not, so fortunately we put it back to sleep. Out comes Dragonite. We can put him to sleep and start Twin Needling, and we are faster, so we have guaranteed a victory for Caterpie over Lance as we get to level 57. There we go. There we go. This is beautiful. Oh, look at Caterpie. You know, I mean, still S tier, guys. He's still above 90. We're probably going to need to drop a rare candy here, but I'm going to try to keep the rare candy. I'm just going to see. One time, how do we do against the champion? Let's go. Here we've got the Sand Slash. It's going to use Poison Sting every time we get poisoned. That's just an auto reset. That's a 1 in 5 chance that it poisons us there. That's, you know, we just can't accept that. We're just going to have to auto reset there. We get a critical hit this time, but I think that's fine. And we just need a couple badge boosts to outspeed here. And once we're outspeeding, we can simply go into the Spore. Very nice. We're going to set up all the attack first, and now go into the Twin Needles on this first Sand Slash. So here it is. Oh, he gets a full restore. We got him in full restore range. That was very bad. Okay. And do we outspeed here? Yes. Oh, no, we don't. But okay, but we knocked that one out. We should just be able to knock out Exeggutor. And yes, it looks like we are going to level up on the Cloyster. That is actually perfect, as long as it doesn't like Ice Beam us. Any Aurora Beams. Oh no. Oh no. So after beating all of the Elite Four members without too much difficulty, Caterpie has hit a wall. If we use a rare candy, we're going to level up just before the Flareon, which means we're going to get wrecked by Flamethrower. If we don't use a rare candy, we're going to be stuck getting hit by special moves from this Cloyster. So I'm not really sure what to do or how many resets this is going to take, if it's even possible. In the meantime, we can see that X-Lax is still trying to beat Rival 5. He still hasn't made any progress. Koga and Rival 5 are still unbeaten, so the question is who progresses first. Time to fight this rival again at almost 2 hours. 2 hours of real time. Okay, he poison stings, Yes, Swift, yes, no sand. Oh, I called it. I was like, no sand attack. What does he do? Sand attack. Sand attack, of course. Of course. Okay, he misses the sand attack. Nice. He has a 25% chance to miss when he uses sand attack. And there we get through the Sand Slash. We get clamped here, but at least that's going to raise our attack stat. He misses the clamp there. Okay, so we get through that one again. Thundershock, but we one-shot. Disable, and we one-shot. And now he hits the Fire Spin. He just keeps hitting Fire Spin. Oh, and now he sand attacks. Oh, but we got him! Oh, Rival 5 at level 50. I called it. I called it, guys. I told you earlier we were going to beat him at level 50. We did it at level 50. And he's like, oh ho! Oh man, Godcarp. You almost had me. He was using the accuracy strats. We got the very lucky hit on the final Flareon. That was stupid. That was stupid. I'm taking it. Oh god. So we're gonna have to keep grinding. But first things first, let's try Sabrina, then let's try Koga. Let's just see both of them that they don't work, and then we'll think about taking on optional battles. Probably need some flash misses to make this one work. So she misses flash there and she X defense, so we get through Aber with no accuracy drops. There she Psy-Waves, but that gives us more rage. Yes, give me more rage. Alakazam comes out, it goes recover on full health. It's Psy-Waves, and we beat Sabrina on the first attempt. Oh, this run has been so bad to this point, and Sabrina just goes down. We defeated Sabrina. Oh, look at the score summary here, 72.25. We have 70 resets and 79 optional battles. And yeah, the split. We just completely jump over Koga, but it took like, what, 54 minutes to go from Erica to beating the next gym. Oh man, that is bad. That's bad. But there we go. X-Lax, you have done it. You have beaten Sabrina. and you didn't even need to fight a bunch of trainers to do it. And with victories over Rival 5 and Sabrina, we can see that Xlax is starting to actually make some progress. It's actually starting to do what it was supposed to do. It just takes a little while to get going, you know? At the same time, Caterpie just doesn't have anything going against the champion. It can't seem to make any progress here because either you don't use the rare candies, in which case you get completely destroyed by the Cloyster's special moves, or you do use the rare candies and you end up against the Flareon that can either miss with Fire Spin or knock you out with Flamethrower. So let's just see if Xlax can get this going. If it can manage to beat Koga, Blaine, and Giovanni, it might get to the league before we even beat the champion with this Caterpie. Come on, don't Toxic. Oh, he Sleep Powders instead, but that's kind of good because we've already got the Rage set up, so while he just attacks us while we're asleep, he's just going to build our Rage. Okay, so we wake up there, but we're just going to knock that one out. Here, we're going to knock that one out. Here, Psychic hits, but we're 2 Venomoth with no Toxic. It goes Leech Life. Oh, and look at the Rage. Yes! Oh, 209. So being able to outspeed that Venonat, that first Venonat, is kind of huge. If we can get that, then we can just start building up. And there we go, Sleepy Bear. 209, 35, 64. He gets through a score of 71.8 at this point, 72 resets, 80 optional battles. It counts a TM, so we'll have to knock that TM off. So it's actually 72.8. Very nice. And hey, that only took 3 minutes and 23 seconds. Not bad. And Tombstoner, let's get into this. First attempt against Blaney Boy. So here, Rage. Oh, and he tail whips me. Oh yeah, the Flamethrower did decent damage. Now he's tail whipping. Now he's tail whipping us. But we get through right there. Very nice. And here, we're just going to keep going with the Rage. Yeah, so he took us down on the first one. Okay, I'm going to try this again, because if we can just get through Ninetales, I think it's better than basically taking a bunch of optional battles. So here, Rage. The Flamethrower comes in. Another Flamethrower. Oh, and he gets the burn. That's not what we're looking for. And we're going to just die right there. So in spite of making a lot of progress, Xlax hits a wall at Blaine. And Blaine is one of the hardest trainers to beat in a Gen 1 solo run in Pokemon Yellow. You might think he's a joke if you've just watched a bunch of Red and Blue runs, but in Pokemon Yellow, his team is actually legit. They're basically like a mini Agatha. He can confuse you with Confuse Ray, he can lower your attack, lower your defense, he gets tons of critical hits for some reason, and it's just a terrible wall for a lot of Pokemon. So while we go and grind some extra levels to see if we can finally get through this fight with Xlax, let's check in on Caterpie. Let's just see how that champion fight is going. Okay, we've got all the badge boosts that we need. Now we can just go right into the Twin Needles. It's like a 3-hit range without a crit there. That's always like a 1-hit range without a crit. There are 2 hitters with crits, 1 hitters without crits, and we get a Gen 1 miss with Spore right there. We could also get a Gen 1 miss from Flamethrower, keep that in mind. That would be amazing. We would take that. It would be revenge for all the times that I've gotten Gen 1 misses here against the champion. Okay, we get to put him back to sleep. As long as he lets me just get the 2 meditates at the beginning, I'm basically good to go. Okay, so that one goes down. Back to Cloyster, where we just need to not make any mistakes and we should get through this. So now Flareon, he misses the Fire Spin, yes. And let's see. He has 99 speed, so we need at least 2 badge boosts here. Now we're outspeeding, and now we should have this. Like, we legitimately should have this, short of a Gen 1 miss with Spore. Are you kidding me? What is this? What is this? We had it, and we Gen 1 miss with Spore. Spore's 100% accurate. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Come on. Look at that little evil Flareon. We finally got what we needed. That should have been a win. That should have been a win. That should have been the one. And the game just completely just wrecked us there. So while Caterpie is getting the kind of luck that would cause both speedrunners and 6-year-olds to completely rage quit this game, and maybe even get solo runners to start using save states, we're going to just keep grinding this one legitimately until we find out whether we can beat the game on minimum battles or if Xlax finally overtakes Caterpie. Speaking of Xlax, he has taken a ton of optional battles at this point, and he's ready to go back in and try Blaine again. And this time we might just have him at level 53. So we're faster, we get a Fire Blast, and another Fire Blast and we die, but we just barely died there. And it turns out that everybody just hates Rage in Gen 1. Okay, we get through the Ninetales, nice. Get stomped there, but we're filled with Rage, yes. Okay, he reflects. Fire Blast, we survive. Flamethrower, we survive. And we finally knock him out, yes! 2 hours and 27 minutes to beat that one. 2 hours, 27 minutes and 43 seconds, almost 44 seconds. And with a score of 65.05. We have so many resets at this point, it's ridiculous. So we have 72 resets and 107 optional battles at this point. Oh, just bad. And 2 hours, 27 minutes and 43 seconds. So about 18 minutes to get through from between Koga and Blaine. And now we have only one gym left. That is, of course, Giovanni. I'm worried, guys. I'm just worried. But here we're just gonna go Rage. He guard specs. Oh, and he immediately sand attacks there. He could have done like literally anything else. I'm just gonna reset here. Okay, so here he Earthquakes. Much better. Guard specs, he Earthquakes. So we are getting through the Dugtrio. Very nice. Persian comes out, it's gonna go Fury Swipes. That's just gonna build our Rage even more. Nidoqueen comes out, we are outspeeding. We get double kicked, but it does. The reason double kick's not doing that much is because we've got badge boosts coming in defense, thanks to the fact that we are using Rage, which is badge boosting us. So here I think we're gonna keep the XP from that. The Nidoking got a kind of good critical hit there. If it didn't, I think we would have gotten through that and we just would have struggled on the ride-on. Probably still lost, but, you know, this is better XP than any of these trainers in this gym, as long as we just manage to get through the first Dugtrio. So unfortunately, Xlax hits another wall at Giovanni because Rage just won't get us through. We either can get accuracy strats from the Dugtrio, the Persian can actually use Double Team, or any of the other Pokemon can just find ways to knock us out because we don't have enough health. So while we sit here and grind a bunch of extra levels with Xlax to find out what level it can finally beat this gym, let's go check in on Caterpie. But honestly, in every fight where we've needed Harden, we basically could have just had Agility, because Agility would have allowed us to simply outspeed the opponent and then use the Meditates to, you know, get more damage, and of course Spore in order to keep them asleep. And I mean, if we doubled our speed in every case, I think we'd just be fine. But I didn't want to go that route, specifically because we wanted to look at a slower Pokemon and how slow Pokemon are affected by these sorts of things. And that's really kind of the moral of the story, right? Like, speed is everything in Pokemon. And I mean that very, very honestly. Like, in most cases, as we get another Gen 1 miss there, in most cases, speed trumps everything else. If you have sleep moves and speed, if you have strong, you know, attacking moves and speed, you can generally win fights that other Pokemon can't. It's being slow that is the real problem. As we get another Flamethrower. I just want one of these Flamethrowers to miss one of these times. That would be cool. I would be down. Oops, I didn't mean to go Twin Needle turn 1. Okay, but we'll put him to sleep there. Meditate, meditate. Okay, now we're outspeeding, so we'll get back to Flareon yet again. Okay, harden. Okay. Just wreck that one. Just wreck that one. Spore right there. We should get the 2-hit range every time against Magneton, it seems. I don't know, maybe there's a really bad range where it becomes a 3-hitter, but otherwise it is a 2-hitter with our move. Okay. Oh, we get the fire spin miss there. He stays asleep. Oh, and I misclicked once on whatchamacall. But here, okay, we've gotten all the hardens set up. And we get a critical hit turn 1. Okay, that's not a crit. He wakes up. We're going to put him back to sleep. Okay, no Gen 1 miss, please. And there we go. Finally. Oh, 2 hours, 37 minutes, and about 30 seconds. We have reached the end of the game. 2 hours, 37 minutes, 27.99. So very, very close to 2 hours, 37 minutes, and 28 seconds. We finally beat the game with a score of 89.3, and we can see really the progression of this was actually not that bad until we got to the end, but we end up with 107 resets. We were on about 53-ish, 54-ish, 55-ish when we got to the champion. About half of those just came on the champion himself, and it all just comes down to the fact that at the end of the day, when you level up just on the last Pokemon, or even the last 2 Pokemon here, it just doesn't work. Ideally, if we could have leveled up on Exeggutor, if we could have leveled up on the Magnemite, or the Magneton rather, we would have gotten through this much, much faster. But this is the problem with slow Pokemon. When you're slow, you do not necessarily get as many advantages as other Pokemon, especially if you level up in the middle of a fight. And this was one where we just leveled up at the wrong time, and there was nothing we could do about it. But Caterpie has beaten the game on minimum battles. Look at the 1 hour split there at the end. We had like everything kind of going smoothly, you know, just 5 minutes between Blaine and Giovanni, you know, just 10 minutes or so between Sabrina and Blaine, in spite of Blaine being one of our toughest matchups. You know, we started to get in the groove once we got through Koga, but man, it just fell apart at the end. But there we go. This will be finally a very interesting race, I think. And as Caterpie completes its victory over Kanto, we just have to look and see that X-Lax is still struggling to get through Giovanni. It's still grinding extra levels in the gym. We have to tip our hat a little bit to just how crazy bad that luck was in that final fight, but the fact of the matter is that it did work on minimum battles in the end with a score of 89.3 and 107 resets. Now, naturally, you would just take optional battles at that point. There would be no reason to do 107 resets just for the sake of getting a minimum battles finish, but the fact is that it is at least possible. But what this really goes to highlight is, especially for weak Pokemon that are using status moves, speed is the single most important stat in the game. It's the reason why most of the Pokemon that I've managed to beat the game on minimum battles with have been Pokemon using sleep strategies, but also that had pretty decent speed, or at least badge boost glitch to get decent speed so that they could outspeed their opponents and make sure to get the status on first. And it's for that reason that when we did this same challenge with a Magikarp, we found that it only needed 19 resets because it had far better speed and was able to set up more efficiently, even without optimizations. So the next time that you're watching a solo runner break down a run in advance, talking about the move sets, talking about the strategies that they're going to use, pay special attention to that speed stat, because that is the one that is probably going to have the biggest impact on whether they win easily or whether they grind for ridiculous amounts of time. But with that being done, let's now check in on our X-Lax. Let's see what it actually takes to beat the game with such a terrible moveset on one of the most powerful Pokemon. Picking it up with its winning fights against Giovanni, against Rival 6, and then let's check how it did against the Elite 4. Okay, he guard specs turn 1, he digs, so we're gonna 2-shot there, nice. He guard specs there, slash, so we 2-shot there, we outspeed, he double kicks, we're just gonna build our rage more, double kicks again, so we're gonna knock that one out, Nidoking comes out, and he double kicks, but we're gonna get the 2-hitter there. We still got 109 HP going to Rhydon, goes Fury Attack, so that's just gonna make us more angry. He misses Horn Drill, he guard specs, oh, and he misses Horn Drill, there we go! Level 66 to beat Giovanni. Oh, that was terrible. So here, Rage, Poison Sting, Rage, Swift, Rage, and Fury Swipes comes in, nice, gives us some more boosts. We almost get the 1-hitter there, but no Leech Seed this time. That is nice. Clamp misses. We're to the Magneton. He misses a Supersonic. Kadabra, get raged. Yes. Oh, we're all the rage here. Oh, look at that. So we beat the rival number 6 fight without too many resets. That really wasn't terrible. I've had far worse situations there. So here we go. First attempt, we're just going to go Rage. And she goes Rest. That's fine. Rage will never, of course, run out of PP. Oh, but we get some drops there. But we do get through. Nice. And here, Spike Cannon is going to build our Rage. Same for Clamp. And keep in mind, we have badge boosts and special as well. We leveled up right there. And Slowbo's going for a withdraw, but that's fine. We get an Ice Punch, but we nearly one-shot there. Nice. Lapras misses the Hydro Pump, hits the Hydro Pump, but we survive. We beat Lorelei on the first attempt. Oh, that's stupid. Oh, that is stupid. I'm just going to Max Potion here. Let's save the game. Let's try Bruno. So here for Bruno, of course, we know that Onix is trash, so we're just going to Rage on it and just let him build our Rage with this Pokemon. If this were Pokemon Red and Blue, he could also use Rage, and then we'd just have an epic Rage battle, but we're not going to Rage quit just yet. No. So here we've made it to Hitmonchan, which is going to be a 2-hitter with Rage. Hitmonlee, we're outspeeding and we one-shot. Here we're just going to keep with the Rage here on the Onix. He does use X defense, which is actually a pretty decent strategy, but we should be able to get through. He did Screech us there. So if we get Submission, he misses Submission. Good job, Bruno. He had the right idea. We had a Screech on, so if he had hit Submission, he might have won. He might have won, guys. So, yeah. Here, I think we need to consider PP ups. Let's just see. How much PP does Lick have? 30 PP. I don't know. Let's save here one time and just see if 30 PP is enough to get through these ghosts or not. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to drop at least a decent number of rare candies right here. We're going to go up to level 75. Let's just see what that does for us as far as ranges and whatnot, because keep in mind that Psywave is based on our level. So it can do up to, what, about 112 damage now at level 75. Here we go. We knocked that one out. Golbat confuses us. Oh, and we had so many badge boosts that we knocked ourselves out in confusion in a single hit. Keeping in mind, we also had Screeches on. So, yeah, that was bad. But this one's clearly possible. We just need not terrible luck on Agatha. And, I mean, the whole point was to have Lick for this fight. Okay, so we knocked that one out. Lick right here. We're confused, but we're landing Lick at least. Okay, so we paralyze Golbat there, and we knock it out there. Perfect. Still on green health. We're just trying to Lick everything to paralyze it, if possible. Okay. Dream Eater while we're awake. So we get through that Gengar, and now I think Rage is the play. Because if he wraps us, we'll just build our rage. And even if he drops acid, we build rage. There we go. Yes, we get through. Xlax has beaten Agatha. Oh my goodness. The poo-based runs. They're always incredible. Let's save the game here. Let's just see if we can beat Lancey Boy with rage strats. Let's go. Here we get hyper beamed, but now we use rage and get a Leer and another Leer. Okay, that's not great, but here Slam misses, hyper beam hits, but we're gonna knock that one out. Rage, bubble beam. Nobody cares about bubble beam. Aerodactyl goes swift, wing attack, and we're outspeeding now. And we get a thunder, and we get a rage miss. Oh, but we beat Lance on the first attempt at level 60 or 76. Yes, yes. Oh, that was stupid. Yes, come on, Xlax, you legend. He's starting to just destroy the Elite Four. Oh, that's stupid. I'm going to just Elixir here, and I don't think there's anything to do except just use Rage on the champion. He can go Kinesis with the Alakazam, but I don't think it's gonna matter. Let's just see. Okay, now I think we just drop the rare candies. I think we just go for it. We're yellowing it. Yes, level 81. Okay, we're 6 levels lower than Mewpoo, so this is perfectly fine. I'm perfectly fine if we just win like this. So here, Rage, because now we purely outspeed on the first Sandslash here. We get plenty of badge boosts there. Okay, a Psybeam's not a big deal. Executor uses Barrage, yes. Okay, so we have the ultimate attack power now. We nearly one-shot Demagneton. It looks like a 2-hitter here on Cloyster. So we take that one down. We're 2 Flareon, he quick attacks, and he gets 1 shot. And just like that, we have defeated our rival God Carp. Yes, 3 hours, 14 minutes, 23 seconds with a score of 54.8. So it turns out that even with a speed disadvantage, Snorlax is way better than Mewpoo. Just way better. Xlax, the rage that Xlax feels is more than sufficient to get through this. So yeah, we end up with 92 resets, 140 optional battles. It says 1 TM, that's not actually legit. We'll fix that. But 3 hours, 14 minutes, and 23 seconds to beat the entire game. We beat Brock in 10 minutes, Misty in 22 minutes, Lieutenant Surge in 49 minutes, took over an hour and 12 minutes to beat Erica. Then we actually went a little out of order. We beat Sabrina first at 206, Koga at 209, Blaine at 227.43, Giovanni at 253.32. There's a lot of grinding right there. And then funny enough, the Elite Four was not that hard for Xlax. Just a few resets on the champion, really. Outside of that, we beat Lorelei on the first attempt. We beat Bruno on the first attempt. Took a few resets on Agatha, but that's just par for the course. Lance was a first attempt victory. I mean, 3 out of the 5 trainers we beat on the first try without even like going crazy on rare candies. Only dropped rare candies for Agatha and for the champion, and we get through. Nice. I like this. So how did we do? Well, compared to Caterpie, oh my god, the 89.3 score where Caterpie beat the game at level 59 compared to Xlax needing level 81 with a score of 54.8. Just saying. It's not great, but we do get through. So very nice. We have beaten the champion. Why did I lose? Because you didn't use Xlax. Come on. There's only one last thing to do. We gotta go beat up on Mewtwo. Come on. The actual legit Mewtwo. We're with a level 81 Snorlax. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, that was stupid. That was actually a lot of fun, I gotta say. I hate level grinding, I really do. Unless it's for the purposes of something like this, where I just get to kind of test out a stupid idea. And here we found that X-Lax is better than Mewpoo. That's all we needed to know. That's all we needed to know. So here we have made it. We're going to cycle up. We're going to go get our other Pokemon. We're going to go take on the good old... oh, sorry. I'm so used to going to the Pokemart whenever I come up here to Viridian City from Pallet that I'm trying to go to the Pokemart. But yeah, let's just go beat up a Mewtwo finally so that we can feel good. Let's get into the fight against Mewtwo. So Mewtwo, he can't believe what he's seeing. A level 1 or a level level 1. Come on, a level 81 X-Lax sitting in front of him. He's gonna Psychic it, but we're using Rage. Yes, build our Rage. Oh, you don't know the Rage of X-Lax. He recovers. He recovers again. Oh, he's just recovering all the damage. No, and he he destroys X-Lax. Oh man, turns out being Psychic is the way to avoid problems with X-Lax. So here we go. So he gave us 1 badge boost there. Come on, boost my Rage. This is just an infinite battle at this point. He just recovers and we just rage. Look at this. How long is this going to keep going? Just imagine if we somehow got into a soft lock like that. Oh, and Barrier. Barrier's bad. Barrier, very bad. Don't you know Barrier? You know Barrier. Come on. Yeah, we got wrecked. So here, let's try again. Obviously, we can't use Lick because Lick doesn't affect Psychic types in Gen 1. Because why would it? You know, clearly the developers, they programmed everything perfectly in this generation. Okay, Swift is nice. Psychic is not quite as nice. We really want the Swift. Okay. He barriers. Oh, there we go. Oh, you are no match for X-Lax. Only took a couple attempts there. That's not too bad. Level 81 is the final result for X-Lax. 381 HP. We had 218 attack, 144 defense, 89 speed, and 143 special with a moveset of Rage, Lick, Psywave, and Splash. We never used Splash. Very nice. We did use Psywave in some spots. We did use Lick in some spots, but this was like a 90% Rage run. You know, the rage that you would feel from having an X-Lax. And very nice. But it's also worth noting, I guess, that it's not like Caterpie is the slowest Pokemon in the game. You know, there are slower Pokemon in the game. So we could have been in the even worse situation there with speed. I just chose Caterpie because it's generally one of the weakest Pokemon in the game. So if minimum battles becomes possible with the weakest Pokemon in the game when you have sleep plus badge boost glitch, it kind of tells us, like, even without having a secondary coverage move, just a strong same type move, as long as it can hit ghosts, you can get through the entire game, I think, with just double badge boost plus sleep. And obviously we could have gone something more stupid like double team, which would have been completely broken. People would just kill me in the comments. But here, we don't need to. We're going to take on this Mewtwo. Go. So Mewtwo, he uses Swift. We Spore him. And let's see, he has 206 speed. Are you kidding me? Oh, we have to meditate like crazy. The meditation must come in. We really don't want him to use Psychic. We want him to use, like, Recover. Use Recover. Come on. Recover for me. No, not Barrier. Come on, you jerk. He knows. He knows what we're trying to do here. He goes Swift, but we get to put him back to sleep. One more Meditate, and now we're going hard on the Hardens. And now we are officially faster than a Mewtwo with the double badge boost glitch. Yes, we're just going to set them all up so we get all of the attack boosts we can. And here, Caterpie has done it. Yes! Caterpie beats Mewtwo. A level 59 Caterpie. Look at those stats. 55 attack, 61 defense, 73 speed, 43 special. You can see all of the final stats over there on the left hand side. Oh, Caterpie. Caterpie, you absolute unit. Oh, man. And you just have to keep in mind, all these stats would be 15 points higher if we were on max TVs. In fact, they'd be like closer to 16, almost 17 points higher at this point. So, yeah. We can basically say that Caterpie, he was good for a while, and then he was bad, and then he was good for a while again, and then at the very end, he was just bad. But we got it done. I hope you guys enjoy this one. This is going to be a fun video to post. I'm going to have a blast editing this up. We got to do the Snorlax run. I will get these up for channel members first because you guys are incredible. I appreciate you. You know, just keep in mind, guys, like, it's crazy right now. We're getting ready for the baby. You know, wifey's just, you know, she's hanging out, you know. She's getting almost as round down here as I am, you know. But you know, we're just super excited. And April, May, I'm going to be doing tons and tons of runs. And there's going to be a lot that get posted up for you guys well in advance of everybody else. So just, yeah, thanks. Anyway, that does it. See you later.